Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this Sunday service of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Grand Traverse. My name is Renee Russell, and I am a member of the Sunday Services Committee. Here at UUCGT, we welcome people of every background, identity, and age. We especially extend our love to families with young children. As spiritual people, we practice the art of staying curious, even when things can at times feel a little uncomfortable. We're building a culture of inclusion and welcome as a community, and this includes joyful sounds from our little ones. Whether you're here in the sanctuary or joining us online, whether it's your first time or your 100th, we're so glad that you're with us. If you're visiting with us today, we'd love to get to know you. If you're comfortable, we invite you to stand and introduce yourself. A microphone will be brought to you so everyone can hear here and online. If you prefer not to speak, that's okay too. Just enjoy being with us this morning. Are there any visitors? Anyone new? We got all the old crew here today. Welcome. Later in the service, we'll enjoy and share the joys and concerns of our community. You are invited to write yours in the book to your left, and they'll be read by a member of our congregational care team. You're also welcome to light a candle of your joy or concern at any point during the service. I do have a few announcements to share this morning. There is a seed bubble party after the service today in the outdoor classroom. All are welcome to kick off this year's seed children's programming. There's also a UU orientation after service today. Come and learn about Unitarian Universalism, becoming a member, and ways to get involved here at UUCGT. Starting point classes are coming up in October and November. These classes are a chance to explore UU history, theology, and your own spiritual journey. See the insert for dates and details. The UUCGT Committee Expo will be the last Sunday of September, and it'll be held after the service. Come and meet our committees, discover ways to connect, and learn how to get involved in the life of our congregation. Mason G's Eagle Scout project was able to finish in half the time, so now we have a new loop to our walking trail, which we invite everyone to come check out. And always, every Sunday, be sure to check the order of service insert for a full list of announcements, event calendars, and opportunities in the life of our community. Now, as we begin, I invite you to set aside the busyness of your daily life. Please silence your phones and electronic devices so we can be fully present with one another. So let us worship together. Our centering music this morning is Turn, Turn, Turn by Pete Seeger and performed by the UU Euchers.
Always wanted to play with ukuleles.
Whoever you are and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here with us this morning. I'm Reverend Alex, the senior minister here at UUCGT. I use he and him pronouns. Welcome to this first Sunday in our Wheel of the Year service series, a series of services we'll do throughout the year to mark the earth-centered Sabbaths and holy days in the earth's rhythms and cycles. So as we mark Mabon on the Wheel of the Year, we honor the turning of the seasons and the gifts of the natural world. In this spirit, we call in the four directions, and I'll invite you now, if you're willing, to rise in body or in spirit, and we will, at each point of the directions, we'll turn and face that direction, pausing with reverence as we name the gifts from each direction. So let us first turn east, so if you'll face those quilts along the wall there. We begin in the east, the place of air. Here we breathe deeply of inspiration, fresh ideas, curiosity, the breath of life itself. Take a deep breath in this direction. And now let us turn south. You're going to face toward the parking lot. We turn now to the south, the place of fire. Here burns warmth and transformation, the spark that calls us into action and change. Let us hold gratitude for the South. And now let us turn west. We turn to the west, the place of water. Here flows feeling and reflection, the wellspring of emotion, and the river of our shared life together. Let us pause now and feel our shared life in this river of connection. And finally, we turn to the north, the place of earth. Here we are grounded and held, rooted in balance, wisdom, and the strength to grow. Let us pause now to honor north, the place of earth. East, south, west, and north, air, fire, water, and earth. Today we gather in their presence and in the web of life they weave around us. May we be inspired, transformed, refreshed, and grounded as we enter this sacred time together. Come, let us worship together, and you may be seated.
As we light the chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism, please join me in reading our mission words found on the back of your order of service. Grounded in love, we protect the web of life by building beloved community, making good trouble, embodying radical love, engaging in lifelong learning. And now, let us sound the singing bowl, entering a time of stillness.
Would you please rise in body or in spirit and join me in learning a new chant this morning? This is a chant that I learned at the AUM conference during the protest and march songs session. So learn this and take it with you. Repeat after me. No one is getting left behind this time. Together. No one is getting left behind this time. My turn. No one is getting left behind. Your turn. No one is getting getting left behind. My turn. No one is getting left behind this time. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together, never get there at all. Your turn. We get there together, never get there at all. My turn. We get there together, never get there at all. Your turn. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all. Together. We get there together, never get there at all. Here we go. No one is getting left behind this time. No one is getting left behind. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all. No one is getting left behind this time. No one is getting left behind. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all. No one is getting left behind this time. No one is getting left behind. No one is getting left behind this time. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all. We get there together, never get there at all.
You can sit down for a minute. I heard somebody say this feels like Catholic Church, and it does a little bit this morning, despite the fact that we're being pagans. Kiddos, if you want to come forward, I'm going to talk to the grown-ups for a minute, but you can come up here and say hi. Hi, it's good to see everybody. For those of you who may not know, my name is Chelsea. I am the director of our SEED program and lifelong learning here at UUCGT. My pronouns are she, they. And before I talk to the kids this morning, I would like to talk to the adults. Hi, hello. I'm used to looking down here. I have to look up. So Alex asked me to give a little State of the Seed address this morning. So our SEED program is growing, which is so exciting. And we have so many new programs coming that some of you might not be aware of yet. So we wanted to share some of the excitement that is building and continue that momentum. So first of all, this morning, we are starting our nursery and our elementary school program. So the garden is our elementary school program, and the greenhouse is our nursery program. So those will be opening up this morning in just a few short minutes after we finish hanging out up here. And then we're having our bubble party after service, which is for all ages. Please come join us and hang out with us. And then in a couple of weeks, we are starting our teen programming. So we'll be starting a middle school program on second and fourth Sunday mornings, which will be a classroom for our 6th through 8th graders. And then we'll be starting a high school program that'll be twice a month, one Sunday afternoon and one weeknight. That'll be led mostly by Kate Jarvie and Reverend Alex. I'll pop in occasionally to that as well. Our OWL program will be coming back for high school this year. So we've got a lot coming, which is really, really exciting. So as you all know, our big investment this year is in lifelong learning. Now, lifelong is not just little ones through high school, right? Lifelong is lifelong. That includes all of you. We're all here learning together. And while I was at General Assembly in June, I did a lot of learning about the UUA's encouragement of whole church religious education, which is everybody, right? So everybody gets to learn together. Everybody gets to have these cross-generational opportunities to learn and to grow together and to get to know each other and build community. Because what are we if we don't have community, right? And how do we grow this community if we don't have our little ones? And how do we learn if we're not learning from all ages? So our first whole church RE investment today is going to be our bubble party. So I really encourage you to come and join us, get to know some of these kids. We're doing a Mabon ritual. We're blowing bubbles. We're having a great time. We're spending some time outside on this gorgeous day. But there will be lots of opportunities coming up for these whole church RE investments where you can get to know the kids can get to know you, and we can continue building that cross-generational community. So we'll be out in the playground area. Bring your coffee out. We'll have bubble tea, if you've never had bubble tea before, which is very fun. It's more like bubble juice, because kids don't really like tea. But we have the little popping bobas, which will be fun. You've tried tea. We have blueberry tea. You like popping boba? We're going to have popping boba later. So please come and join us. Please come and hang out with us. Please continue to build community with these young people. The other thing is, this is where I get a little, hey, please help. We need volunteers. We need help running these programs. And part of investing and being generous and having our UU values be investing in this program is not just the generosity of your money, but is also the generosity of your time. So if you like kids, if you think these kids are kind of cool and you would like to spend some time with them once in a while, we're looking for some folks to spend some time in the RE rooms on Sundays, or in the seed classrooms on Sundays, and then maybe for some of our other events as well. I'm not going to ask you to be there every Sunday. It'll probably be maybe once every other month if we can get enough volunteers. But we would love to be able to have a rotating selection of volunteers, and then also just some people that we can call and say, hey, somebody's sick, can you just pop in there and hang out with the kids? You don't have to know a whole lot. We have curriculum, so it's not like we're going to ask you to like come up with a lesson. It's just come and hang out with us. So that's my spiel to the adults. Now I'm going to do some whole church RE and talk to everybody. That's very cute. Is it not cute? Is it spooky? All right, so today we are celebrating Mabon. All right, children, I'm talking to you now. Are you popping the bubbles? I'm talking to everybody. You know what? I don't like being up on this stool. I'm going to come down closer to your level. Hi, hello. Huh? You like me being up on the stool? I don't know. I like being closer down to your level. So this morning we're talking about Mabon, or the autumn equinox. Does anybody know what the equinox is? Ellie knows what the equinox is. What is the equinox?
First of all, it's the time when day
Day
and night are equal.
and night are equal, yes. Yep, so in the fall, it's the start of autumn, right? In the spring, there's also the spring equinox, so it's the start of spring. So it's when day and night are equal, and it happens twice a year. So I have this little reading from our Wheel of the Year book, which I highly recommend to all ages, especially since this is what we're pulling a lot of our Wheel of the Year services from. So here is our reading. Mabon, the autumn equinox, is the second harvest festival of the year. It's a holiday that celebrates balance, thanksgiving, and generosity. Once again, we stand at the threshold. But this time, when we pass through the doorway, we'll be entering the darker, quieter half of the year. As the sun shines directly over the equator again, the day and night are of equal length all over the globe. But from here on out, the two halves of the earth will be moving in opposite directions. And for the half moving into darkness, there's a briskness to the air. The leaves on the trees turn red, yellow, and orange, then flutter to the ground. Squirrels scurry to gather nuts and store them for safekeeping. I saw a squirrel just out in the garden earlier today. It was a little teeny tiny one. They bury them underground or in the hollows of nearby trees. Like the squirrels, we might tuck away some of summer's fruits, preserving them as jams, chutneys, or pickles that will last us through the winter. Have any of you been harvesting from your gardens and saving things for the wintertime? You don't have a garden? Those of you that have gardens, have you done any of that? I like to make pickles. You made lots of pickles. I love making pickles. When the days are long, we tend to spend lots of time outside, running around, playing, feeling free and friendly. But as the days start to cool, we spend more time inside. We focus on school or being at home, we hunker down, and we get cozy. With this holiday, also known as Harvest Home, the growing season is wrapping up. It's the sunset of the year. Yet for many children and young adults, the school year is just starting. So this is also a time of new beginnings. This tricksy balance of opposites being rolled inside one another is a theme of the season and the great mystery of life. So what do we think about balance? Balance is tricky. So we're going to stand up. I'm going to make you move your bodies. Everybody stand up. I know. I said it feels like Catholic church this morning. We're not making you kneel. It's just sit, stand. All right. So I want us to practice being a little bit off balance. So find a position with your body to feel a little bit off balance. For some of us, that might be easier than others. For some of us, we might feel a little off balance a lot of the time, and that's okay. Be safe. Don't knock your neighbors over. It's not dominoes. So be a little bit off balance without knocking over your neighbor. All right, listening ears, please. Listening ears, please. All right, so I want you to think about something in your life that makes you feel a little bit off balance. And maybe move your body around so you're kind of teetering off balance in different ways. So think about something in your life that makes you feel a little off balance. And take some deep breaths. Try to focus. I know it's hard. That's why we do kinetic movement. Try this. Try standing on one leg, right? So think about something in your life that makes you feel a little off balance. Focus, please. It's hard for the grown-ups to hear me if y'all are being shouty-shouties. All right, now come to center. Balance. Take a deep breath here. Think about that thing that was making you feel off balance, and try giving a little shake and maybe a little bit of release to that thing. And that might not be as easy as we think it is, right? But think about what would it be like to release that thing. So let's try that one more time. Get a little bit off balance without knocking over your neighbors, without playing dominoes with your bodies. Think about things that make us feel off balance. And what is one thing you could do in the next week to bring a little bit more balance into that part of your life? What is one thing you could do to make you feel a little more steady on the ground? So come back to center again. Take a deep breath. Let's take 2 more deep breaths together and think about what is one thing you can do this week to bring yourself just a little bit more balance in the ways that you feel off balance. 2 more deep breaths together. And then as we move into this season of Mabon, into this autumn equinox, I wish you all balance in whatever ways you can find it. Let's sing our song together.
Sure. We are children of the stars. We are children of the earth. We are spinners and weavers in this web of life. And the joy that we weave reaches out beyond the stars and deep within the center of our beings. We are children of tomorrow. We are children of our dreams. We are planners and builders in this web of life. And the future that we weave reaches out beyond the stars and deep within the center of our being.
Can you put caps back on your markers?
offering. It is a privilege to sustain a congregation such as this, not just for today, but for weeks, years, and generations to come. Our stewardship honors our ancestors and invests in our children, in one another, and in the wider circle of humanity. As a self-governing and self-sustaining community, we receive no outside funding. We rely on the generosity and commitment of those who find meaning here. Together, we are strong enough, wise enough, and generous enough to help this beloved community thrive. Today, ushers will pass baskets with two sides. One side supports the life and mission of this congregation. The other supports needs in the community, including local food programs, shelters, and services for the most vulnerable. Recently, our board has decided to earmark a portion of the For Those in Need side of our offering to support social justice work in our region. Our offerings truly reflect our shared UU values in action. You can also give by mailing a check to the congregation, excuse me, giving online at uucgt.org, using the Venco mobile app, or donating via Venmo. If you give by check, online, or through an app, please note in the memo line or comment field whether your gift is for your pledge, your community needs, or for a special collection. This helps us honor your intentions and ensures your gift is used exactly how you intend. Every gift, large or small, is received with deep gratitude. May we give in love and hope, and may our offerings today sustain the life and mission of this congregation and the good we do beyond these walls. Now is the time of the harvest, as we draw near to the year's end. Now is the time of Mabon, autumn is the time to descend. Old woman waits patiently for us at the threshold of the labyrinth within. She offers a hand that we may understand the treasures that await a journey's end. Great Mother has given of her body. We give thanks for her fruit and her grain. And then we clear the fields so the next harvest yields will be full and abundant again. Old woman leads us through the darkness, our most ancient and trusted of friends. She carries the light of spiritual insight and leads us to our wisdom once again. And as we journey through the darkness, and as we continue to descend, we learn to let go of what obscures our souls, rediscover our true being once again. And now is the time of the harvest, as we draw near to the year's end. Now is the time of Mabon, autumn is the time to descend. Autumn is the time to descend. Autumn is the time to descend.
We've now come to the time in our service when we share our joys and concerns. I'm Kelly McIntosh, a member of the Congregational Care Team. It's our practice as a religious community to set aside time in our service to name and honor the joys and concerns that mark our lives, milestones, and moments of our lived experience. I will be sharing the joys and concerns that have been offered up for us to hold in our hearts today. If you have a joy or concern that's a bit too heavy to share, I invite you to reach out to Reverend Alex or to the Congregational Care Team. And I know we have other members in the back there. A bunch of them are probably setting up food in the kitchen because today's our day to serve treats and drinks. So you can recognize us by the lavender or purple banner we have across our name tag. If your joy or concern is still too raw and tender, we invite you to hold it in your heart as you are held in this loving community. Because none of us is meant to travel life's journey alone. And so now, dear ones, here is what has been shared with us from this gathered community. First of all, from Will Fagan, a joy. I'm blessed to be married to my wife for 55 years as of August 22nd. Definitely an accomplishment. And then from Teresa Spare and David Moore. Thank you, Jess, for making the awesome, delicious cupcakes last week. And from Reverend Alex, a joy to have UUCGT's first ever Eagle Scout project yesterday, an expansion of our UU walking meditation path. Go help walk it and tamp it down, the new loop. And then from Frank Swinehart, joy for celebrating 10 years of cancer-free for my daughter, Dr. Julianne Frost. And now let's hold a moment of stillness for the joys and concerns that remain in the silence of our hearts.
Friends, we've come to the time in the service now for our stone meditation. As you feel moved, this is an opportunity to come forward and take a stone from the basket here and place it here in the bowl of water. This is not a time for words, but nevertheless a time to hold what sometimes we have no words for in our lives. So as you feel moved, as the music plays, I invite you to come forward now and to participate in this ritual of coming together. let us pray together. Spirit of the turning year, we give thanks for the harvest, for all that is grown in our lives, for the fruits of our labor, and for the blessings of community. As day and night rest in balance, help us find balance within ourselves, between giving and receiving, between labor and rest, between holding on and letting go. May the seeds we plant now in our hearts, in our homes, and in this world be nurtured with care, that they may grow into acts of love and justice. In the circle of seasons, we are held, and in gratitude we pray. Blessed be.
Would you please join us in our song of response, Spirit of Life? Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Our reading this morning comes from The Wheel of the Year, an illustrated guide to nature's rhythms by Fiona Cook with illustrations by Jessica Rowe. In this passage, we learn about the hidden world of mushrooms and mycelium, sometimes called the wood wide web. It's a reminder of how balance, nourishment, and mutual care are woven throughout nature, offering us wisdom for our own communities. Mushrooms are funny creatures that come in many shapes and sizes. They aren't plants, nor are they animals. They're their own thing. Fungi, or, fungi, however you want to say it. When you come across a mushroom, you're actually seeing the fruit of a much bigger organism, most of which sprawls underground, a vast, thready web called mycelium. Mushrooms get their food in different ways. Saprotropic mushrooms eat dead things, so you'll find them growing on fallen logs, where they assist in the process of decay, turning dead wood and leaves into rich dirt. Other mushrooms coexist with living things, like trees. Sometimes this relationship is parasitic, drawing nutrients at the tree's expense, but often it's mutualism. The mushroom nestles among the roots, providing the tree with moisture and nutrients while receiving sugars in return. The hyphae, the threads of the mycelium, can even wrap around the roots of many plants and trees, transmitting messages across great distances. Plants can warn one another of threats and share protective chemicals. This vast interconnected network is nicknamed the Wood Wide Web. Its purpose, though, isn't to share memes, but to ensure balance, making sure all things are supported. For example, the shade of tall trees may block young saplings from sunlight, so to help them grow, older trees share nutrients, sending carbon down into their trunks, through their roots, into the mycelium, feeding the saplings. Some even share with different species. In our own neighborhoods, we can mimic the forest floor through mutual aid, organizing together to share food, clothes, resources, and ensuring all are cared for. Like the forest, we thrive when we nurture one another.
Well, I think you already know that I love to talk about mycelium. Anyone remember me talking about mycelium lately? Yeah, Mushroom Church, it's a kind of thing here. As it turns out, Mabon is actually the mushroom holiday of the wheel of the year, the time of the autumnal equinox when cooler nights and decaying leaves create the perfect conditions for mushrooms to burst forth. Are any of you mushroom people? Any fun guys, fun gals, fun folks in the audience? You didn't think I wasn't going to take an opportunity for a dad joke, right? There'll be plenty more this year. Fungi and mycelium are teaching us so much about intelligence and consciousness. In a study from last October, Japanese researchers set out to test a wood-eating fungus to see if it could recognize different shapes. That is to see whether mycelium would grow and remember the shape it had actually started in. To start this experiment, you'll see a picture of this. Researchers placed little wooden blocks as food for the fungus in both the shapes of an X or a cross and in a circle. Their hypothesis was that as those wood blocks started to decompose and decay and the fungus ran out of food, the mycelium would spread across the surface, no longer maintaining its shape. Spoiler alert, the fungus actually retained its same circle and X patterns, even for whole months after they had been started. In their findings, these results suggest that the fungus is actually able to learn the pattern and placement of food, all without needing a brain. Pretty cool, huh? By recognizing the shape of where its food was placed, the mycelium relayed this information to its wider network, its web. And these scientists believe that this has new insights for consciousness and intelligence in general, how intelligent behavior in organisms can be achieved even without consciousness. This way of growing, of developing and learning might show us how our own human brains and networks might be replicating a more innate intelligence, one that grows with and adapts, that weaves its way creatively so that the entire network flourishes, so that all are taken care of and benefit from mutual aid and care. That's what's so cool about mycelium, its innate intelligence, teaching us how we can take care of each other just by helping one another grow as our society and world takes on new shapes, as the old shapes even fail to serve us. So this Sunday, as we center and explore the holiday of Mabon, the autumnal equinox, a threshold time into the darker and quieter half of the year, a time of harvest, the harvest home. I'm wondering what this time in the Earth cycle might have to teach us about harvesting and nurturing, especially as we arrive at this threshold time in our community and our wider world. In this time when school is starting up, when we return from our relaxed summers to busy jobs and endless lists of tasks, in this time of trying on and leaning into new rhythms, what new shapes and patterns might this season be calling us toward? What might we pause for in gratitude, savoring the harvest we reap after so much growth and hard work? In this world we're in, it might feel counterintuitive to slow down and pause for gratitude. I don't know about you, but I've been feeling a lot these days, a lot this past week. In this threshold season, we're in a season of rising tension, an administration that's tightening its control with authoritarian tools and tactics, as ICE and the National Guard are further politicized, being deployed to city streets, as gun violence rages, claiming the lives of everyday citizens, but also of innocent children. As our nation's tolerance for political violence grows, and we become even more accustomed to or jaded by the news headlines. This is the ground we stand on, this threshold, the soil of our season. Mabon itself is an invitation into a time of balance, like the balancing of an equal night and equal day, of taking stock of our world and pausing for a time to savor what is nourishing and good. It's a time of being able to hold multiple truths at once, that the world is sometimes frightening and full of troubles, and even in the midst of all of this heaviness, great beauty also abides. The natural world is full of rich beauty in this season, even as the nights start to lengthen and darkness shrouds out the waning light. Even in this time of turmoil, we're also in a time of rich harvest. Every agrarian culture around the autumn equinox marked this shift in the seasons toward winter. And in the northern hemisphere, this was often celebrated with great feasts of Thanksgiving. A feast of fruits, nuts, grapes, and vegetables, known as the second harvest, with the third and final harvest of Samhain toward the end of October. We'll be doing another Wheel of the Year service this late October in honor of Samhain, so stay tuned for that as well. Mabon, as the name for the holiday, is relatively new. It became popular in the 1970s by Aidan Kelly, a Wiccan who sought to give each holiday on the Wheel of the Year its own distinct name from mythology. Mabon comes from Welsh mythology, and you're going to have to help me with my Welsh here, if any of you speak Welsh. It comes from the story of Mabon ap Modron. I hope I did that justice. A divine child who is taken from his mother when he's just 3 nights old. He's later rescued by heroes who bring him back home, and this story symbolizes death, rebirth, and descent into darkness with the promise of return, the return of light, a fitting image for the equinox. In our own region, the Anishinaabe speak of Dagwagin, the change of time when the deer graze more for winter, the air turns cooler, and the turning moon rises. Rather than looking at the signs of the sun, the land, sky, and moon also mark the shift in the season, reminding us to follow the signs of what the earth does in this time, reminding us to stop, to listen, and even feel the earth's turning. The earth is full of signs and signals for us to learn from as we enter this threshold moment in our nation and wider world. The earth is still speaking. With all of this talk of harvest, what do we have great cause to celebrate this season? I'd say we actually have a whole lot to celebrate. In case you haven't been here in a while, you might not know that attendance is up. Our summer services were the most attended this past summer in the 4 years I've been here. I guess you all really didn't miss me that much. I'm just kidding, you better have missed me. I missed you. We're coming into this fall with a lot of inspirations and stories, from new friends and preachers to old ones, even a couple of your former ministers, reminding you of your story and giving you inspiration for where still to grow. We've got a strong start to our brand new SEED program, Spiritual Ethical Exploration and Development, which is the fruit of so much time and hard work. And this renewed interest in SEED is not just programming for our kids. It's an intentional centering of the earth and the web of life in our lifelong learning programs for all ages. And this comes straight from our new mission that you adopted as a congregation, the one that we lit our chalice for this morning, a mission that came from your dreams and wishes for UUCGT's future. We had each of you write out what you'd like to see us become in the next 5 years. Who remembers doing that exercise? Yeah, I see some hands. At the heart of nearly each one of your visions for our future was being a vibrant community for children and families, true to our founding as a congregation, a place where kids can discover their beliefs and values in a safe place. Last year, we opened our nursery for the first time since the pandemic. And this year, you've already heard about some of this. We're adding a middle school Sunday program and even a high school youth group for teens. But our SEED programming for adults is also growing this year, with a young adult group starting up, as well as our Soul Matters small groups that are also starting up their own new groups. You adults were even a little jealous that we came up with cool names for the kids' spaces, like the greenhouse, the garden, and the grove. We've come up with the canopy as the name for our adult SEED programs. the part of the forest that shelters everything else as it grows, the canopy. How do you like it? So starting off this year, we have a dream team of a staff. We've also weathered the times when we didn't have staff to help us move forward, thanks to the help of so many of you in keeping our office going. And if you didn't already have an abundance of evidence of the growth of this community, we also just have so many kids up here on Sunday mornings. Isn't that wonderful? You can clap for that. Friends, your dreams are coming true. Your dreams are coming true. There's magic here in this community about who we are and what we have to offer this world in a time where so many are looking for refuge and looking for hope in the storms of life. This Mabon, let's make sure we pause to celebrate all we've accomplished. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand, maybe a pat on the back. I believe mushrooms are calling us into creative growth this season, into new shapes and patterns that will grow this community even more. Our emergent seed program is something we all need to nourish and nurture as a congregation, watering this seed with our time, energy, and commitment. Did you catch that, watering the seed? Yeah. I've already said this to so many of you, but I'll keep saying it. There is nothing more social justice right now than showing up and being a safe place for our kids, especially for those kids that receive the messages each day that they don't belong and that they are not worthy of love. Friends, we were made for such a time as this. At this time of harvest, let us also nurture what is still coming into being. And don't forget about the mushrooms, the mycelium. As our reading tells us, we have much to learn from the teachings of the forest floor. As a community, we need to grow like mycelium, one living organism and community that organizes and communicates with one another to shelter and protect the most vulnerable among us. And if we take this call seriously, we can grow into a robust network of care and connection in which everyone is taken care of, a beloved community. As we hold gratitude for all that we have, Mabon is also a time to share what we have in abundance. Extra clothes, food, and necessary supplies for those who are struggling. Maybe even sharing of our time in places where we meet our most vulnerable neighbors face to face. How might we ourselves be like mycelium? How might the church be a vibrant mutual aid network, not just for those of us here in this room, but for our wider Traverse City community? This Mabon, spend some time with this question. How might I share my abundance like mycelium, quietly, steadily weaving this church together in a network of care? How might I be like mycelium? To close, may we be like the wise mushrooms of this season. May we rise to the many challenges of our times to nourish and take care of each other. And in these times of growing fear, may we also remember that it is us that takes care of each other and keeps one another safe. It's us. May you find balance this season between harvesting and nurturing, between darkness and light. Both have so much to teach us. And may we grow our reach even more each day with hearts and hands to shelter all the world. Blessed Mabon, blessed be, and amen. Let's join now for a moment of stillness together.
Please rise in body or in spirit. Join us in singing our closing hymn, We Will Carry Each Other. I am looking for shelter in a friend. We can build a beginning by I am scared of breaking when I bend. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. There are prayers I don't know how to say, but I still find solace when I close my eyes to pray. What I've lost and what I hope can stay. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. I am full and I am running out. I'm a flooding river and I'm living through the drought. I have firm conviction and my heart is full of doubt. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. There are people I have never met. There is something special and I haven't found it yet. There's abundance given freely, taken with no debt. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way.
You're invited to remain standing as we give Renee a little bit of time to make her way up here. We're going to open our circle and also honor our directions once more.
As we prepare to leave this time of worship, we honor and release the four directions. We turn once more to the east, to air, breath, and inspiration. Thank you for the gift of new ideas and fresh beginnings. We turn to the south, to fire, warmth, and transformation. Thank you for the spark of courage and the call to act. We turn to the west, to water, feeling, and reflection. Thank you for the flow of compassion and the depth of emotion. And we turn to the north, to earth, grounding, and wisdom. Thank you for strength, stability, and the roots that hold us. East, south, west, and north, air, fire, water, and earth, we release you now with gratitude. The circle is open, but unbroken. Go in peace, and in the turning of the seasons, May you be blessed.
If you would now join hands with one another, or if you're a person that doesn't like to be touched, you may outstretch your hands in the symbol of, please don't touch me. And in the spirit of covenant, community, and commitment, in the spirit of harvesting and nurturing, may we be made ready to serve one another and create the world we so desperately dream of. Go in peace and be like mycelium, pass the squeeze.